What is up, my dudes? Jamie here from Riot. Welcome back to Thank Punk, it's Friday! Before we get started this week, I'd love it if you could do me a big favour. You might have noticed on some big YouTubers' videos, they kind of talk for like 5 minutes about shit that they're up to, or sponsors, or something they want to flog. I don't want any of that. I just want you to hit that subscribe button down below, hit the like button if you enjoy the content. That's it. That's all I want from you. It's easy. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It takes a second. Anyway, on with the show. Paramore's new album, After Laughter, is finally out. 5 more, LP5, whatever you want to call it. It's finally here. If anyone's hoping that the album will be different to the singles Hard Times and Told You So, then you might be a little bit disappointed. Quite a lot of it is that sun-drenched 80s inspired dream pop. If anything, a lot of the album is even more distant from their earlier material. However, in breaking with the genre restrictions of something like pop punk or even rock music as a whole, Paramore are exploring territory that might have been trodden before by other bands, but with this level of songwriting quality that Paramore have demonstrated over 4 albums, they really have produced something that is just a cut above the rest. You could claim that they're trying to cash in on a trend that was started by bands like the 1975, looking back at the 80s, but this really is way better than anything that those bands have produced, light years ahead. I'm going to say it now, this could go on to be my favourite Paramore album. I think I might go on to do a full review of this, so I won't go into it too much. I have only listened to it once or twice because it literally just came out. Needless to say, I think a lot of people will be listening to and talking about this album. Their tour in the UK starts next month in June, sold out straight away. I didn't get tickets, so if anyone's got the hookup, come on. Help guy out. Milk Teeth have a new song, Owning Your Okayness. Not only that, but they have signed to Roadrunner Records. They've left Hopeless Records. They'll be doing a new 4-track EP called Be Nice. That'll be out on June the 28th. This is the first new material that the band have produced since guitarist and vocalist Josh Bannister left the band, who was replaced with Billy Hutton from Hindsight. And unlike their older EPs and quite a bit of the album, this doesn't feature any male lead vocals, or hardly any at all, maybe one line. It's a very Becky focused, and in that regard it's much poppier than their earlier stuff. Even the Becky songs on the album didn't stray this poppy. However, the drums and the riffs still kick pretty hard, as you would expect from Milk Teeth. The poppier sound doesn't necessarily not suit them. It might be a sign of what's to come. Maybe the rest of the EP rips. Who knows, we'll have to wait and see on June the 28th. They're also doing a headline UK tour in July and August with Wallflower and Employed to Serve supporting, as well as appearing at 2000 Trees Festival. Tiger's Jaw have another new song called Escape Plan. This is the 3rd single released off their upcoming new album Spin. That is supposedly out next Friday, May the 19th, although I've seen reports that in the UK it's only out in August. Maybe that's just the physical copies. I'm so pumped for this album. This song is a bit of a slower one. It kind of reminds me of Distress Signal from Charmer. It even has echoes of Plane vs. Tank vs. Submarine off the self-titled album. Yes, it really is that good. They are embarking on a full US tour in June and July with Smidley. They're also scheduled to play Leeds and Reading festivals in the UK. I'm really hoping that they do some dates around those festivals as well. The National have a new song called The System Only Dreams in Total Darkness. It's the first track from their upcoming 7th album, Sleep Well Beast. Now, the world's greatest dad rock band are back. Their 2007 album Boxer is one of my favourite albums of all time. Their following album High Violet was incredible as well, and even their latest album Trouble Will Find Me was still brilliant. My prediction is that this album will be another solid addition to their catalogue. Maybe won't stray too far from the stable, especially if this song's anything to go by. Not necessarily a bad thing where the National are concerned, a very consistent band. That album is out on September the 8th. They're also doing a full world tour, including a stop in the UK. Hundredth have another new song called Youth. It's another song off their genre-leaping 4th album called Rare. The former metalcore band are definitely trying to place themselves in the realm of those shoegaze core bands like Title Fight, Turnover, even Citizen and Balance and Composure. I do kind of feel that this is Hopeless Records' attempt to get one of their bands in that sphere. That scene's obviously been dominated by the smaller indie labels like Run for Cover and Cyborn Dummy. This track for me is a lot better than the new neurotic, the first single though. There's much more of a kick to this, a lot more energy, but I do feel the vocals lack a bit of oomph in them. If there was a Citizen style yell or even an old school Hundredth scream in there, rather than the kind of whispered, shoegazy vocals that are low in the mix that you hear on a lot of other bands, I think I'd like it a lot more. I mean, you look at Title Fight with Hyperview and a lot of people reacted negatively to that vocal change. Maybe the other tracks on the album will have a bit of screaming. You know, I'm always partial to it in the shoegaze just to break it up a little bit. Speaking of energetic vocals, Single Mothers have a new song called Long Distance. It's off their upcoming second album, Our Pleasure, which will be out June the 16th on Dine Alone Records. This is a lot more like the old school Single Mothers that we know and love. Starts off with a bang, doesn't let up all the way through. It's got me a lot more excited for the album than the first single did. This song kind of sounds like Patricide off Negative Qualities or even Christian Girls off the EP. Really stoked for that album. Definitely another one to look forward to next month. Captain We're Singing have a new song called Trying Year. It's the first song released off the emo band's upcoming third album, The King of No Man, which will be out on Run for Cover Records on June the 23rd. If you've not heard of Captain We're Singing before, then the singer is Bob Barnett, the brother of Greg Barnett from the Menzingers. It features a similar level of passion, but much more on the emo side of the fence. You won't hear any Springsteen vibes in this. It's a really great song. It's kind of for fans of Tiny Moving Parts or the Wonder Years. Definitely looking forward to this album. Man, May and June both squaring up to be fantastic months for releases. Blink-182 have another new song called Wildfire. Yes, another new song off the upcoming deluxe edition of California. To be fair, this song is definitely a banger. I'm really looking forward to the album being released next week. To be honest, I've just got single fatigue. They've released about 5 or 6 already. Just released the album already. Jesus. Their UK tour with the Front Bottoms and Frank Turner kicks off in July. Cannot wait for that. The Frank Lee's debut album, Are You Listening, is out today. This is a really brilliant album. All girl garage rock at its finest. Definitely check this out if you're into bands like Warpaint or Deep Valley. Dreamcar's self-titled debut album is out today. This is the new wave project of all the members of No Doubt, but replace Gwen Stefani with Davey Havoc of AFI. Really like the singles that I've heard so far. Looking forward to listening to this album as well. Now return with their first song in 5 years called SGL. This is kind of a Carly Rae Jepsen style poppy banger. Unfortunately, Jess Abbott aka Tancred has left the band, so they are back to a duo. Terrafraid released their fantastic second album Contentment yesterday. This is Scottish emo inspired indie pop. Really great. Think Jimmy Eat World meets Idlewild and you're on the right lines. Really great album. Definitely check this one out. I back it hard. And Ratboys have a new song and video called Elvis is in the Freezer. It's about the death of a cat. It's very sad. That's off their upcoming album GM, which is out June the 30th on Top Shelf Records. Guys, that's all we got time for. If you're still here, you almost certainly enjoyed the video, so please give us a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. We do this show every single week. Have a great weekend, whatever you're up to. Stay safe, but for now, thank punk, it's Friday!